person you're dealing with an Aries. Are you an Aries? And you'd like to get information on the current energies, what your soul is guiding you towards, what their soul is guiding them towards focusing on, and what is happening in the area of love and relationship. Any information that is going to serve you in this connection on your highest good. I'm going to be asking specific questions. I'm looking at the current energies, what is important right now, asking questions around what their priorities are in relation, what their personal priorities are, and then also what it is that they want from you, how they feel about you, what the purpose is for your connection, and what the soul is guiding them to focus on with regards to growth and evolution. So those are the kinds of questions that I'm going to be answering for you today. Okay, so if this is what you want to hear more about, then this is the reading for you. Okay, so if you're new, welcome. My name is Elif and I welcome you to Evolve with me. I'm a psychic medium and a channel source, and I use the tarot to help me interpret the messages. Okay, these readings, these messages are to serve you on your spiritual journey towards higher levels of love and relationship, love and unconditional love in your relationship, in every relationship and area of your life. It is to serve and not to hinder. Okay. If you're a returning subscriber, it's always good to have you here. Thank you so much for coming to spend this time with me, sharing this energy with me. I really appreciate you guys. I appreciate all of your interaction. Please don't forget to like, to comment, to subscribe. To those of you who haven't done so yet, just do all of those things that will help this channel to grow and to make it possible for people who might benefit from receiving these messages to have access to them. I appreciate your energy and I hope that you appreciate mine. And we give thanks to Source, to Spirit, to our guides, to our keepers for bringing these messages to enlighten us, to serve us, and to guide us on our journey, okay, towards healing and towards growth, and ultimately towards the happiness and the satisfaction that we've come here to experience. Okay, I always ask you guys that you trust your own guidance system. I am not meant to serve as your guidance system. And okay, so settle into your intuition, welcome your guides and keepers into your space, and ask them to guide you through this reading to help you to know and to recognize which parts of the message are for you, what is meant for you, and what is not. If it fits, if it resonates, claim it without a doubt. If it doesn't, it's not for you. Pass on, move along. If it triggers you, that's where your work begins. Okay, so let's begin. Right. So we're channeling the energy of the Aries collective. This is to bring you information about your Aries person, or to bring you information about your own journey if you are an Aries. Take the message as it resonates. The energy, the current energies for this Aries is about collaboration. Okay. Teamwork, compromise. This Aries struggles to trust, struggles to feel like they are worthy of love. They have grown up around very high expectations where they have had to adapt to fit into a particular mold in order to feel like they are being appreciated. And this person struggles with themselves. They struggle with the fear of not being accepted and of not being fully embraced and loved for who they are. And so this person has this air of excessive independence. They only let people in so far because they're afraid that they do not have the skills, the capacity to do what needs to be done in a relationship to make it work. The fear of failure drives this person when it comes to relationships. And I think that is what you've been experiencing with this person, where for you can recognize something that needs to grow or to change, or that might be experienced as a problem, and you can already see what needs to happen, what energy needs to be invested, what needs to happen to move you guys beyond that. But for them, they just get stuck on the problem and how that could potentially destroy everything, and they sort of get stuck there. So this person, this Aries, is definitely being guided towards collaborating, towards tuning into the ancient wisdom around relationships, to reassessing their perspectives on relationship, and to be open to actually taking that next step, to not automatically scratch or cancel the relationship out because there are challenges. Challenges do not mean that the relationship is not going to work. Challenges mean the relationship is giving them an opportunity for growth and expansion. It is the symbol of love. Okay, and that is what your Aries is currently very focused on. They might be reading about this, they might be having conversations about it, they might be watching content around how to work on relationships and when it is worth working on it and when it is not, because for them, they've not quite figured that balance out. So they are being inspired to build and to grow together, and you and your Aries might have spoken about or brainstormed or fantasized about the possibility of opening a business together or working together, or perhaps you do already do that, but there's been some conflict and some challenges around that that's just activated a lot of their fear. And so they are being guided towards allowing the relationship to experience a boost of sorts, because of the willingness to go back to the drawing board and to revisit a situation and to discuss and look at various possible paths and methods and actions that will allow the relationship to progress. Trust, honor, those are the energies that are being highlighted for this Aries at the moment. Teamwork and compromise. Okay, the belly chakra and the solar plexus are being focused on coming into harmony and into balance. Okay, what is very important for this Aries right now? So we've got the energy of the mermaid and the turtle. So the message is an elder will teach you. And so what's really, really important on this journey at the moment is the realization that your age and how much experience you've had in a particular area does not necessarily mean you're inadequate to face certain things. You have internal wisdom. There is ancient wisdom, information across many lifetimes that exists within all of us. And that is what's being accessed right now. But it is being nurtured and guided through an elder that will teach you. And that is what's coming in here, is we can recognize that there's an area in which we might need coaching, we might need to revisit, and we might need to learn new things. But we're not going to learn it by doing what we've always done. We've got to be willing to find the teachers, to open ourselves up to the teachers and to the mentors and to the elders and to the guides, and to be willing to be open to listening to different methods and ways and perspectives, because obviously there is a blockage in that particular area. And so that's what's really important right now, is to be open to and to welcome in ancient wisdom, higher knowledge and higher perspectives on the subject. All right. And the elder is not necessarily going to be in a robe or have a certificate on their wall. The elder is going to just embody wisdom on the subject. that just resonates with you in such a powerful way, and you want to recognize that. So that is happening, you know, for this Aries, or for you dealing with this Aries in this connection. There are conversations, words that embody great resonance with great wisdom, that reawakens knowledge that is already deep inside of us. Okay. And that knowledge and that wisdom is deep in the bloodline and the bones of who we are. And our connection to nature as well comes up. And when we look at how nature processes and deals with experiences, we can gain a lot of wisdom too. Okay. And there's this journey of the victim who is given the gift of creation, right? We have our experience, and sometimes things happen to us that we wish didn't. We don't ask for it. And it seems really unfair that we experience things in relation to other people who should have known better and done better, and then we just end up being broken or being bruised by it, and that we're the ones that have to fix that. But when you look at it from another perspective, you will recognize that bruising as a gift, because the information is meant, and the healing is meant to be activated within you, and that person serves that purpose in you on your journey. But you're the one that carries the medicine. They're calibrated to the wounding, so they can't bring you the medicine. You're the one that carries that. And you can look at it from the perspective of victimhood, and when we're there. There's nothing wrong with it, but we can evolve to progress towards looking at it from the perspective of wisdom. How did this add value to the person that I am, or to what I was able to give space to as a result, and how meaningful is that in the bigger picture? Okay. This is the journey of transforming pain. And this wisdom can come from learning how to listen to your guidance system and your higher self and channeling that information. But I do recognize that there is a medium to this information. So it could be nature that opens up this portal for you to channel, or it could be a spirit guide, or it could be an elder that just helps you to get into alignment with that source information. And it could be somebody that has had the experience. All right. But there's this journey of transforming pain, and with this comes this knowledge that you too will transform your wounds and your losses into wonders, knowledge and imaginations that bring you closer to the true reality. We all live in this world, and we see it through a particular lens. We can see our reality through our wounding. And then it looks very, very different. The world looks very different when we look at it through that lens. And when we look at it through the lens of a wound that has been transformed into a medicine, into a healing, into an offering that is so powerful, that it resonates with love, suddenly all of reality changes around that. And so that is what is important right now, and that is most definitely the focus. The universe is definitely helping this Aries and you dealing with this Aries to focus in on that. Okay. You have access to ancient wisdom. You carry that information in your body, and if you allow yourself to clear out a lot of the muck in these chakras, a lot of the muck in these areas, a lot of the muck and the pus around these areas that you still carry a lot of wounding. If you allow that to be cleared out and cleaned out, you will be able to get to the information beneath it. In order to grow, we must experience transitions and changes. Our perspective of change has to evolve. A lot of us see change as loss and change as being robbed, right? or changes instability, and it's not so. We can change our relationship with change, because growth is a natural product of change. And to be fully alive, we must die again and again. We cannot be so attached to who we've come to believe we are, or come to believe someone is. We've got to allow that person to reveal themselves to us over and over, and be willing to experience them and witness them as they are, because we are constantly evolving being, and we are multi-layered, right? And when we need to only show up in a particular way or a particular version of ourselves in the presence of someone, that we know innately is not love. We are not loved by that person. They do not fully accept us, you know. And we must be willing to die again and again. So, and that is change, that is transformation. And we've got to do that many times in this lifetime. While we have many rituals, for example, for birthdays and religious holidays, we often yearn for the depth of the rituals of the old days. We've got a lot of modern rituals that everybody practices now, and they don't even know that they are practicing rituals. But there are old ways, like the storytelling and the things that we used to do in our tribes, to honor these ceremonies that would honor these milestones and these rites of passage, which form part of that process of allowing a cycle in our lives to die, so that we can have a new cycle be reborn. All right, and a lot of that has been lost over time, and so this is what is the focus right now, and allowing for that elder who has that information to guide us and to teach us, you know, to bring that wisdom forward. So it's a very, very deep reconnecting to the roots and to the bloodline, and to some of the wounding and some of the challenges that were faced, that the offspring still carry as wounding, and they show up as curses. And that is why there is this challenge around allowing a relationship to function even in contrast, and not throwing the baby out with the bathwater because it's uncomfortable, so it must be wrong. Okay, so what is this Aries priorities at the moment? What are they prioritizing? What is this Aries that my collective is dealing with prioritizing right now? What is their priority? Guarding themselves, being guarded, the Four of Coins. This person is guarding their sense of stability, even though it's a false one. This person is guarding themselves. This means that this is not someone that is open to giving, open to sharing, open to letting in. And that's what you're dealing with. That's what you've been dealing with. Their priority is to protect themselves, to protect their false sense of stability, because they do not want to lose themselves in this situation with you. And also they guarded around their money, they guarded around what they have. This could be someone that has previously been married or been in a relationship where they gave and gave and gave, and when things fell apart, they were the one that had to leave with nothing. That's all. That might be how they perceive it, and that might also be what reality shows. But that is the energy that this person is in. They do not want to lose themselves and lose what they have to overly investing in another relationship. So in essence, this person is keeping you at arm's length, and you do feel sort of shut out, kept at a distance. You're not fully let into their lives. What do they want from my person watching this video? What does this Aries want from this connection? What does this Aries want from this connection? Okay. All right. They want to release the burden. All right. I've got the 10 of Wands. Sometimes this card represents the energy of someone that is in a commitment where they feel burdened and they feel overwhelmed by the connection and they actually want to be set free. So this could be a reading for some of you who are married but in separation, and this person is guarding themselves from loss if they leave, but they feel burdened in the connection. So that could be what's happening here. Or this person is wanting you, the connection with you, to be that situation that helps them to release a past burden. They could be mentally burdened by their previous relationship and their divorce, as I said in the beginning, and they want to heal from that. They want to feel safe with you. They want to be able to release it, but you are not the one that can give them that. They've got to release themselves from this burden. The burden of their trauma, the burden of the things that went wrong, the things they didn't like in the previous relationship, from the separation that they've experienced. So those are the two scenarios that I'm being shown. Okay, we'll see what else comes out and it'll paint a clearer picture for me. But how do they feel about this person that they're with? How does this Aries feel about their person? How do they feel about you? Give me another one. Give me another one. I need clarity. Thank you. Feelings towards this person. I'm definitely getting two streams of energy here. Definitely getting two messages. So for those of you here watching this reading about your Aries person and you are in separation, but you might still be going through a divorce or not sure if you're going to get divorced or that sort of situation, this person feels like this relationship is work. Like it requires a lot of focus and a lot of work, and I feel like in order for them to have stability, your Aries is very focused on money and stability. And so there's that dynamic, right? Like the relationship is work. In order for them to feel stable and to have a new big stable, they just need a restart. And they feel like the relationship is just a lot of work. Okay, and then there's this other stream of the collective where you're not married to this person, they've had this experience already, but they're very guarded and they're still carrying a lot of that weight and the burdens from that divorce, and that they feel like they've lost everything and they've got to start over, and so how they feel about you is that this is the environment in which they need to just put their head down and work so that they can have a new beginning with you. Regardless of which narrative you've got going, which narrative resonates with you, this person is focused on work and money. That's where their focus is. They're not in their heart space about this. And honestly, it's because this person likes the idea of being in a relationship and being with you, but they're not ready. They're not ready to love. This person needs to find security and needs to be in a particular place to be ready to love again, to be active in a relationship again. okay? Because they're not focused in their heart space. This is your person that needs to have their money right, needs to have something to bring to the table, and with their mindset and how burdened they are because of how they look at everything they've experienced in the past as a loss and as a failure and as a disservice. They're not going to get there until they change their perspective. They're not going to be ready for you until that happens. So this is a personal journey they've got to go through. What is the purpose of your connection? What is the purpose of your connection with this Aries? The purpose of this connection is to come to the realization that people are out in the cold because they believe that somebody else needs to invite them into a warm space. And they're waiting for somebody else to give them that sense of home and that sense of comfort that they need. And that is not how this works. You will become impoverished and you will lack when you don't really need to if you're waiting for somebody else to provide you with home. What is it that their soul's focus is in relation to this connection and the lessons and the information that this connection is bringing this Aries? What is their soul's focus? Do I take that one? No? Okay. The soul's focus. Closing karmic cycles, allowing the things that were removed from your life, allowing them to go. This person holds on to a lot of that. When a cycle closes, we don't have to carry remnants of it forward with us into the next thing because we're so afraid that we're going to make the same mistakes. Then you're basically just reactivating an old cycle. So it's about this person releasing old karma because that's been processed for them, and it's about them becoming the King of Cups. Okay. The cups represent love, intuition. The King of Cups can trust their intuition. They trust themselves and they are not influenced by other people. They do things because it's in alignment with who they are, and it resonates with them, and that is the purpose of, that's what their soul's focus is, and that is what the role that you play in their experience is coming to teach them and helping them to awaken to. What's coming in the future for you guys in this connection? What is coming? What to expect in the future? Outcomes for the Aries and their person. Okay. Reconciliation with what? Okay. Outcomes for you here in this connection. For those of you who resonate with this, if you choose to continue the way you are and you wait for this Aries to finally be ready to give you what it is that you want, or you choose to stay in to keep the marriage going, hoping that something will suddenly change, the outcome here is that the breadcrumbs you think you're receiving now, it'll just become more and more scarce. There will not be equal give and take. We've got the 6 of coins here. You see how he's handing out breadcrumbs to beggars? He's handing out breadcrumbs to beggars. You will continue to feel like a beggar in this situation. Okay. And you might feel like you have victory, like you would have achieved victory, because I'm still getting what I want, but you're sacrificing something that is far greater in order to hold on to a construct. For example, if I can make my marriage last, then I'm making it work, and that means I'm successful. Everybody else's is failing. And if I can sacrifice more and compromise more in order to do that, it's going to be worth it, because one day I can look back and I can tell the story of we lasted. But making something last and allowing it to work is two different things. Okay. What will happen is that just when you think that things are working out and you've become comfortable with the breadcrumbs, there will be a third party situation. This person will either reconcile with their ex, or there will be another person. A third party situation that might have already put strain on this connection in the past. And this relationship they will totally block you out. It'll be blocked. Communication will be blocked. It'll just be blocked. Because we've got the Judgment card here. This trumpet has already been blown. The universe, your guides have already said, right, the cycle is over, and you're still holding on to it. It's not going to be a good outcome here. If this scenario resonates with you, if this reading resonates with you, then that's what you're looking at. Where this person just completely shuts down to you, doesn't give you answers, you're just cut out, and you're like, but I thought we were still in a relationship here, and now I'm realizing this has been over a long time ago. And I just kept showing up as if I just kept showing up. So there's definitely a strong message around being guided back to the truth about the role that relationship plays in our society, and what it means to allow it to add value, and how to honor that, and what is worth putting up with, and what is worth working on, and what is not. There's a bit of schooling that needs to take place here, and that's what the universe is guiding you or your person towards, or maybe both of you. And that is your message, Aries. If this resonates with you and you'd like to get a personal reading, because you'd like to get to take a look at your situation personally, to receive guidance on your connection, you're welcome to contact me. My details are below. But whatever you choose to do, beloved, do what is best for you. Sometimes we can know that a relationship is not what we want, and we can still try and make it fit, because we have other fears and wounding that is so active that it overrides our reasoning. It overrides our intuition. And we can lie to ourselves and create delusions to keep trying, because we have a wounding that compels us to try and put somebody else together when that's not our job, so that we can feel that we're worthy of love. And we just remain in these cycles for a really long time until eventually it breaks, and the universe guides us towards releasing it in so many ways. Some people think that they're cursed, when really what's happening is you've evolved from a stage in the game, but you keep trying to go back to that level. You keep trying to play on that level when you've already evolved 2 or 3 levels up. You're not even existing in the reality that is a natural calibration to who you are anymore. And that's why it feels distorted, and it feels like a curse, because you're playing like you're on level 2 when you're already on level 4 or 5. And it's just a nightmare. You're not having fun. Anyway, love and light. I'll chat to you guys again next time. Bye now.